Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Edna J. White, and today you are listening to me, and I'm so glad that you're here. I thank you again for being on this podcast and just listening. Today I'm going to talk on my new book, Abundance Mindset. Turn your abundant mind on. So, we always hear abundance through the church, and we hear abundance through the law of attraction. But what is abundance? Well, abundance is encompassing of a few things: the mind, the body, the spirit, the soul. 4 things. And it also includes, emotional intelligence, actually. But those things kind of encompass like the mind and the body. But those really are the 4 things: the mind, the body, the spirit, and the soul. The soul is totally devoted to your character, who you are, your creativity, your purpose, how you act. That is all your soul, your total being here on earth. Your spirit is the connection that you have with the higher power, whether it be through different religious acts or on your own spiritual journey or on a spiritual journey with becoming a monk, or your spiritual journey in Buddhism, or your spiritual journey as being a priest. But it all depends on your spiritual journey connection. It's a connection to the spirit without any outside influences. So that makes a big difference. Spirituality has to do with no outside influences, the connection you have within to the connection above. Okay, and then you have the body. The body acts out what the mind and the soul wants it to. So the mind and the soul actuate the body. It moves the body where it needs to go. Okay, so all it is an instrument to be here on earth. Sort of like a robot. And the robot only is been giving orders by this brain mechanism. So that's what it's like. Now, the mind encompasses a whole lot of things. It has ego, it has 2 different thought patterns. It has the earthly patterns, which are scientific. And so it has a whole host of things that encompasses it. It actually can be influenced by exterior comments, exterior behaviors, and exterior people, so it can be influenced. The mind can be influenced. It also can be influenced by your soul. So if your soul is feeling deprived, hurt, happy, sad, your mind actually picks that up and can send out messages to the body. Okay? So now that we know that the abundant mindset has to encompass all 4 of those things, how do we get to those places? So, I'm going to read an excerpt from one of my pages in my book called Abundance Mindset, Turn on Your Abundance Mind. And it can be found on Amazon. And if you look up my name, Edna J. White, pulls up all my books and you can find it there. It is $9. Very easy read, which I plan to make it a workbook for teens and adults. So I'm going to turn to the page, How wanting something too much can block receiving. Okay. How wanting something too much can block receiving. There may have been times when you desperately wanted something so much, but these wants and actions did not produce positive results. You might have put everything in place in a practical sense in order to help you receive, yet something came through, yet nothing came through your efforts. That's what I get for not reading with my glasses on. While it's true that are occasions where the things you want cannot come into your life because it's the wrong time for them to appear, or the universe has other ideas for you. Often, the main reason that you don't get what you want is due to resistance. Now, what is resistance? You say, I want this to happen for me. I want this job. I want this house. I want this car. I want this man. I want this woman. What is happening that I don't get this? I want this money, and it's not happening. Resistance comes in the form of inherited lies. Remember I said the mind absorbs what the exterior hears? That's what happens. The mind absorbs that. And that plays constantly in your subconscious. So if your mom or your dad or someone around you said, you're no good, you are worth nothing, you're a piece of this or you're a piece of this, if they said those things to you, you start playing them back in your head when things start happening for you that are good. So if you are, let's just say someone comes to you and says, you've been working hard. Can I see, I think that you would be able to buy a house, but you have been on Section 8 for so many years and you don't see that. But you play the tape back from a lie that was told to you, you would never amount to nothing. This is what you are always going to do. You would not take that opportunity. Or if you were a janitor and you were talking to the CEO of the company and didn't even realize it and had amazing ideas, your mind was, when he offered you a higher position to supervise someone, your mind would say, I don't know if I could do that, because someone has told you lies that you were not equipped or you were not smart enough to have that position. So I will share with you a few ideas or something that you get the drift that there is hope for you to stop playing those fallacies and the lies that you're told. Okay? So I'm just going to give you, I'll give you 3. Lie number 1, losing body parts builds wealth. Now, you know how you say it's going to take an arm and a leg to have that? That's a complete lie. An arm and a leg. But see, when you were told those things, you were a child and you believed them. Right? So guess what happens when you're an adult? That same lie keeps playing in your head. The fallacies keep playing in your head. They are not real. And they play in your head. See, we often wonder why we don't get what we want. We're putting those things in place. We're praying. We're affirming. Why don't we get what we want? Because we're not going within to find out what was told to us exteriorly, outside. We were told lies that we adapted to. So one lie is that we lose a body part to build wealth. It'll cost you an arm and a leg. That's what they told us. And it's frightening as a child to hear that. And guess what you do? You believe that. And then you bring that belief system into the adulthood. so you do not move forward. That's not the abundant mindset. Lie number 2, everyone's a winner. So you know how you're playing, you're a little child, and you're playing baseball, and just have fun, no matter who the winner is. Let's have fun. And so you have fun, but there's a winner, and it's not you. It's a lie. Everyone is not a winner. Everything does not come out right. And everything deserves your full participation. And yes, it deserves that you get upset that you don't win, but then you learn from that not winning. That's a lie. That's not abundant mindset. Everyone's not a winner. Okay? Everyone doesn't win. And you learn from that not winning. You learn from that. You know when football players, and that's my favorite sport, when the season they're not playing, they're watching the game of their opponents. They're watching all the games of their opponents. They're taking months at a time to watch one team and one team after another. They're taking time to see how they move and operate. So, what more would you think for you? Everyone's not a winner. And yes, we learn from those lessons. They learn from their loss. They learn about their opponent from their loss. That's not the abundant mindset to think that everyone's a winner. Lie number 3. Lying can instill fear in children. So I know one lie that my mom did tell me that it's instilled fear in me. I asked her when my sister was still in her belly, I said, "Why is your stomach swollen like that?" And she said to me, "I swallowed a watermelon." Well, I made it my business as an adult not to eat, as I grew up, not adult, but as I grew up, not to swallow a watermelon seed. And if I did, I drank like a massive amounts of water. Why? Because that was a complete lie. It develops an unhealthy relationship with money. It develops an unhealthy relationship with food. It develops an unhealthy relationship altogether with other people when you produce lies like that in your child, because they grow up and, again, like I said, plays the recording back. Now, the subconscious is always at work when you don't even realize it. The conscious you know about, what you can hear in the front of the mind, you can hear that. But the subconscious is playing all those lies, all those things in the background. You have to choose to walk along the path of abundance. You have to experience it completely in a different life. So what I'm saying here, it's not all of the lies here, but I'm just giving you just 3 because I don't want to keep you too long. Just the secret to having it all is believing you already do. Our subconscious mind plays the tapes to our inner ear, which goes into our soul. We want to reprogram that thought by believing with the body, acting out in the body and in the mind that we already have that job, that house, that car, that money, that position, whatever it is, we already have it. And we speak it, we believe it, and we reprogram our thoughts. And we can do that in the abundant mindset. I need you to go out and really get this book, Abundance Mindset, because I'm telling you, it's a very easy read. And most of the things that you'll read in here will have you doing some work on yourself, because that's really what it's all about. People think that they need someone else to work on them, when really it's you need to work on you. Be responsible for you. This is Edna J. White. Go out to Amazon.com and get my book, Abundance Mindset. Please, because this will change the way you look at everything. It's an easy read. It's a great cover. Green with money. It's really great. And I thank God for giving it to me, because I had to come this way in order to go that way. Thank you so much for listening to my recording, and I would really like to hear your comments. I can be found on www.facebook.com/EJW Coaching. I can be found on Twitter at Miss Edna. I can be found on Instagram at EJW Coaching. So please reach out to me if you want a subject, or you have a desire for a subject that you'd like to hear from me. By all means, drop me a line at ednajwhite11@gmail.com. This is Edna J. White signing off. Have a great evening.